Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on The Flash Season 9. So as I brought up over the past, I don't know, week or two, sometime in a couple of videos, we will probably, soon learn the date for the premiere of The Flash Season 9, the final season, due to the mid-season schedule for the CW being released sometime over the next week or two from that beginning point, which will probably still happen sometime soon, so we could get some confirmation for shows like Superman and Lois and stuff like that. But with The Flash, we didn't have to wait that long, as over the past couple of days, they've actually played a trailer on the CW, actually, to be exact, a teaser trailer, which does promote not only some new footage, which we'll talk about, but a date for the release of the full trailer, as well as the premiere date for the ninth and final season. But I'm not going to tease anymore. Let's watch it.
We can't go back out there like this. CCPD has ordered a citywide curfew. Stand down.
All of our lives are going to be in the line.
You look scared. This has to end. Stop!
So yeah, thanks to Dave Deng on Twitter for sending that through, as it wasn't released elsewhere online, just aired on TV randomly. They recorded it with their phone. That's obviously why it looked like that. So yeah, thanks to them. I wouldn't have seen it otherwise. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below your various thoughts on that. If there's anything I also miss out on from that teaser trailer, which we'll talk about soon, because it did move really quickly to show as much as they could. So if there's anything of importance I forget to mention throughout the video, let me know in the comments and just let me know what thing piques your interest the most. And of course, if you're going to enjoy the video, want to show your support and that gets you excited, want to drop a like on the video to show all that. So before we get into any finer details, we are getting a full trailer coming this Wednesday. That's what that teaser trailer says. So that will be the 30th of November. And that would, I guess, either come out earlier in the day on the YouTube channel for the CW, or it could air during Stargirl, as that's on that night on the CW as well. I'm not too sure. That would just be something that we have to keep our eye out for. Seeing it's a full trailer, so presumably like a minute or two, maybe even a bit longer, I would guess it will be out on the YouTube channel, so that would mean earlier in the day. But yeah, when it comes out, I'll get around to it as soon as possible. Knowing my luck, it will come out at like 5 a.m. At least the World Cup's on, so I'll have a reason to be awake at that time, I guess, to be waiting around for it. But yeah, the next thing, the January 25th release date. So that was the date I was expecting, like not that exact date, but somewhere around that, around the end of January or early February. We weren't too sure exactly if it was going to be airing on Wednesdays or it might go back to Tuesdays for the final season. We weren't too sure. But if the episodes all air in a row, which is 13 episodes as we do know, the series finale for The Flash will be on April 19th. However, we do have things like March Madness for the college basketball and maybe even some other random things. The CW might have a week off from airing The Flash, so I would expect the finale sometime in May. They'll probably try and stretch it out as long as they can, at least get as close to the end of May as they can, just because that's a good time to have finales for shows airing. Having them in April is a bit weird. They prefer to have them in May. But yeah, let's get into some talking points from that teaser trailer dropped. Obviously, they're going to show much more in the full trailer released. It might be extended stuff from stuff that we see there, or just completely new things. Now, there is some reused footage from last season, but not a whole lot. I can only count maybe like two things that were obvious. That was like Barry getting in like the speed lab. That was where they were doing like all that Deathstorm stuff last season. And I think there was a shot of Barry like running, and that was from last season, like on the bolting away. Those were the two clear and obvious ones from last season. There might be some more, but those were ones I was like, okay, that's from season 8. Now, the first thing is that Barry does say that they can't go back out there like this, and this is when we then have CCPD, or being announced that CCPD has set a curfew. So I'm going to assume this is related to the Red Death stuff. Maybe there's some murders that are going on. Maybe we're actually seeing Red Death create a death toll like that was teased in the future Flash Museum. So I would assume that's what the curfew is, and that maybe all these murders and stuff is only happening at night. Like Red Death's not killing any people during the day. It's only happening at night. Or it's just that that's when most murders are happening or something like that. I'm not too sure, but that's going to create a bit of an ominous atmosphere. There are some shots as well as of helicopters flying over like Central City as well. Once again, I'm not too sure if that's new footage or not. It could be from like a random other season, but yeah, obviously we know that there's going to be some stuff at night where it's going to be very empty streets, shall we say. However, that curfew thing might not be relating to Red Death. It could actually be relating to another character, which we'll get to actually probably right now. So we do have the they actually do like advertise returning guests. They do flash that up on the screen. Now they show Batwoman. That's been officially announced. We knew Batwoman was coming in. That's nothing new. But also a Bloodwork return. I think that's new footage. I think that's new footage, new dialogue that we saw in that teaser trailer. Now, Bloodwork was like a Bloodwork routine was routine return. A Bloodwork return was teased in the Earth Prime comic. The issue with that is that they deleted the scene from last season, which set up what we saw in that Earth Prime comic, which then set up Bloodwork returning this season. So it makes it even more confusing why that scene was deleted from season 8. Anyway, if he's back, that's awesome. However, he could be the reason there's a curfew. Creepy little monster thing. Maybe he can't be in the sunlight or something. Maybe the sun's bad for the blood on him or something like that. So that could be the reason there's a curfew. He's only killing people at night. Something along those lines, like a vampire, like some weird twisted vampire or something like that. So he could be the reason there's a curfew. Because we know episode 1, for example, is going to have Captain Boomerang, but we don't know like what episode 2 has. I think episode 2 is a mystery, because I think the first shots of Red Death were either in episode 3 or 4. So episode 2 and maybe even 3 is still a mystery in regards to who's showing up. There is also like a shot of like a pair of like legs, not just a leg, but like someone walking down, but you only see the legs. I thought it might have been Red Death as like boots at first, but no, this is someone else. I don't know if it's meant to be like Frost, or Killer Frost, I guess, which would be most likely with that season. I'm not too sure exactly who that is, so I didn't really want to mention it because I have really no idea. If you do, let me know in the comments. Now, there is a quick like shot of young Barry in the trailer, and you would think having some like full circle to that moment will be a part of this season. Whether that revolves Reverse Flash or not is another question, but you'd have to think we're going to tie back to that, where it all began. And I don't think it's a surprise that they really show us that in the trailer. Like, you really look at the trailer, it's pretty much just all Barry. I know it's a teaser trailer, but it's all Barry, which I think is a good thing. It needs to be focused on Barry, which is important, though it does quickly show some other stuff. And you do hear Iris talk, which we'll bring up in a second. But yeah, I think making sure to focus on Barry's journey, where it began, where it's ending, and maybe how that all ties together is a very important part of this final season. And as we've mentioned and sort of stressed, the limited amount of episodes makes it even more important for that to be the focus in almost every single episode. Maybe not every single episode, but at least the high majority of them. Now, there is a part in the trailer where it looks like it is Barry running alongside Wally on this building here. Like, you got the yellow lightning from Wally. It looks like it's someone running there with a yellow suit, which would be Wally. And then you have like the orangish lightning from Barry. But I don't know if this is reused or not. But this was put in the trailer after it said returning guests. This wasn't like the first like 2 seconds. This was in parts of the trailer following returning guests, like when you see Bloodwork, when you see Batwoman, all that stuff. However, the big thing with this is that we haven't heard anything about Kenan Lonsdale, who plays Wally, being back in Vancouver to film. But maybe he snuck in. Maybe a lot of his scenes were indoors, and all this stuff is CGI. Obviously, they're not running on buildings in real life. So it's, pretty feasible that he's in this season early on, and that's what we're seeing here. Some bits with Wally and Barry running around Central City. But definitely don't take it as confirmation, because I have no idea. Like, at least I'm not able to pin down whether this is an old shot or not, because it is hard to tell. You can't even see like what Barry's suit looks like just because of the quality and stuff. So this is a wait and see. Maybe the full trailer they release will tell us more and actually confirm whether Wally's there, in new stuff, or if this is old stuff they've reused, and we'll just have to wait and see if Wally's actually in the final season. But yeah, don't take that as concrete proof, because it definitely isn't. But the final thing of note from the trailer, at least that I wanted to write down, is that we do have Iris saying all of our lives will be on the line. I think that's what she said. At least she says all of our lives will be on the something. At least that's what I think she says. So I wonder, are they being hunted down, or is it just a risky plan that is going down? So, all of their lives will be on the line because they're going out there, they're risking themselves, all of their lives will be on the line. So it could be either, it could be both. Maybe it's Red Death hunting them, maybe it's someone else, maybe it's Bloodwork coming for revenge, maybe it's someone else, maybe it's around Cobalt Blue. Who knows? But it seems like there's going to be a lot of risk with not just Barry, but everyone else involved. And that's at least what I'm gathering from what Iris said there. But yeah, that's pretty much all I could gather from this. Obviously, the quality wasn't amazing. I'm not blaming the dude that took it. I'm thankful that he actually just took it at all. So I have to wait till the full trailer comes out. We'll obviously get much more details, much more context, just much more footage to talk about. So keep your eyes out for that on Wednesday if you're in America. So hopefully it's a bit early in the day, so they can actually do the video, then Stargirl come out later and can deal with that stuff, rather than it all being, smushed in within the same couple of hours. It'd be very annoying if that was the case. But yeah, just keep your eyes out for Wednesday, and I'm looking forward to watching that trailer and talking about it in more detail. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully enjoy the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it, show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on all this. What caught your eye? Did I miss out on anything important? Let me know any theories and predictions in the comments and all that. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.